You are watching Soundwave's Soundwave Sunday. Operation Question and Answer. Initiate. Booyah!
Merry Christmas, Autobots and Decepticons! My name is Soundwave, and I'd like to welcome you to the Christmas Soundwave Sunday! And nothing really has changed. I'm still going to answer the questions like usual, and I'm really busy, so it's going to be a shorter episode. I got a lot of family in town and a lot of friends, so I've been hanging out with them, but I got a little bit of time to answer some questions for Soundwave Sunday. So I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. I appreciate everybody telling me Merry Christmas, and I hope you all will have a Happy New Year. So let's jump into the questions. The first question comes from the Skulls of Goodness. Hey Mungry, what was your favorite Christmas gift you got as a child? And this is a super easy one. Like, one thing pops out in my head. It was a huge Robin Hood tree fort, like a one that you could use your action figures on. It was from the movie Robin Hood with... Wow, his name escapes me. Why does his name escape me? I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? What the heck is his name? Kevin Costner! That's it, Kevin Costner. It was from that movie. But the tree fort was awesome. It had like a zip line, and then it had like some trap doors and stuff. And it was just so cool, and it came in like the biggest box ever. So that has to be my favorite Christmas gift I ever got. It was just so exciting. And you know what was funny about that? I remember like calling a whole bunch of people and being like, dude, I got the Robin Hood tree fort. And they were like, yeah, I got that too. Oh man. The good old days. Our next question comes from Orion Pax. What are your thoughts about Splatoon that was shown on the Nintendo Direct? Splatoon Sunday 125. I think it looks fun. I think it looks exciting. It's a different type of style of shooter. Of course, Nintendo would bring out a fun and kind of ridiculous looking shooter because they're not really into just like the blood, guts, and pure war. And I think this looks pretty cool. It's like a squid creature, I think, and then you can jump into like paint that you lay down, and then you try to cover the area with your color paint more than the other teams, and you can also fight and destroy the other squids out there. So I mean, it looks different, it looks exciting, and I really give Nintendo applause because, well, hold on, let's give them the applause. There. Because they go outside the box all the time. They take a chance on a lot of games, and I wish other systems like 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One would take a chance and not play it so safe with all their games all the time. I would like to see more creative games and not necessarily remakes over and over and over. I know there's going to be remakes for each of the systems and stuff, but I wish that more big name companies like Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony would produce games that are just like brand new, outside the box, and just totally creative. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. Our next question comes from RoboMike27 the Slim. So how was The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies? Also, how many armies could you count? And honestly, the armies kind of just like smushed together. And for me, I gotta see a movie once or twice to like give it a good review, especially when I see it in 3D first. When I see it in 3D, for some reason, everything is kind of just like, whoa to me every time, and I kind of lose, I guess, perspective on what the movie's about and the plot, and I miss out on some of the dialogue. I don't know if that happens to other people, just because there's so much going on with 3D. So I thought it was good for like first impressions. Now I want to see it again in just regular, not 3D. But I didn't think it was as good as the last two, in my opinion. There was just so much war going on, and then there was like plot in between there. It got a little confusing at times, I thought. But that might just be the 3D talking. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about The Hobbit. But I thought it was a good movie, but I didn't think it outdid the previous two. Our next question, which is also a movie question, comes from Element Dragon Link. Monkey, what's your favorite movie that you have seen that's kind of an older movie, favorite newer movie, and favorite movie overall? I hope you had a good Christmas, and I always enjoy your videos. Soundwave Sunday! Thanks, EDL. And let's start with the favorite older movie. I watched two older movies recently. They're not like super old that I haven't seen before, and I really like both of them. So I'm gonna go with Troy, I never saw it before, and I recently saw it. It was pretty good. And also, I'm going to mispronounce this, Rurouni Kenshin? I believe it's based on an anime, actually, and it's like super awesome kung fu and ninja stuff. So if you like that sort of thing, I definitely recommend that movie. Really, really, really good. And the characters, or the actors that played the parts were really spectacular. Favorite newer movie? I really thought Dumb and Dumber 2 was hilarious. I don't know why, I'm just a sucker for those dumb sort of comedies, and I thought that was really funny, so that will get my favorite newer movie. Also, I did see The Interview. That was pretty funny as well. And favorite movie overall? That is so tough, and you guys ask me this all the time, and I always switch my answer. So I don't even know. I'm going to say Kung Fu Panda, because it's a great mix of action, comedy, and it's a cartoon. And who doesn't love cartoons? Our next question comes from Shadow Pirate X. Which of the main villains in the Michael Bay Transformers did you like the most? Personally, I liked Lockdown. Shoes. Sunday. 125. This is easy for me. I don't know why it's so easy, but one stood out. Barricade. I like how he was portrayed. He was ruthless, and he had a mission, and I liked every action scene that he was in. So he is easily my favorite villain in the overall Transformers Bayformers series. Our next question comes from Team Geek. Which Transformers game would you recommend? War for Cybertron, Fall Cybertron, Rise of the Darkspark. Soundwave Sunday 125. Not Rise of the Darkspark. And I thought I'd answer this because I know a lot of you guys have got Christmas cash and you might consider buying one of these. Now, if you have friends to play with, I recommend War for Cybertron because you can play the campaign with your friends. Both War and Fall have online multiplayer, but I feel like you're not really going to get into too many games. You probably will get into a game eventually, but I think it's a toss-up for that. And I honestly don't know because I haven't played either of those games for a long, long time, so I don't know what the player population is like on either of them. But you're going to be buying these games for the campaign. So if you're going to be playing the campaign by yourself, I would think Fall Cybertron's a good experience, but so is War. But if you want to play with a couple friends with the campaign, I would say War. Our next question comes from Transformers Rule. Hey Munger, if you could get anything for Christmas, what would it be? Soundwave Sunday 125. And you know what? One thing that I would love, and it'd be amazing, but it would never happen, would be like a thumbs up or like a shout out from like a huge YouTuber, because that would just like help my channel out so much, and I would just be super grateful. Like somebody like the Game Grumps or like PewDiePie. I know that wouldn't happen because that guy's ridiculously large and he's pretty much untouchable when it comes to getting thumbs ups or shout outs or anything like that. Or just like anybody other than that in general, like Markiplier or just somebody just large. That would just make my channels and just make my day. It would be amazing, and it would really, really help with making all my videos and stuff. And it would even help a ton with my co-op channel, Bro Bras. It would probably get us to where we would want to be, where we could actually sit down and make new videos of newer games for you guys, which would be outstanding and amazing. And if that ever would happen, which it is super unlikely that it would, I would be really grateful, and it would be like the best Christmas gift ever. And our last question comes from Ahmed Salam. Mungry, what was the best gift you received this Christmas? Soundwave Sunday 125. Now, I did get a pretty awesome sweatshirt, but I'm not a huge materialistic person, so I gotta say chocolate-covered raisins because I think they're awesome, and I got a 4-pound bag, plus I got some other food and candy, which is also amazing, but I really, really love chocolate-covered raisins, so I was like, yeah, bring it on! So now I just gotta watch my weight, you know, with the raisins, but they're kind of healthy for you, I think. Unless you eat 4 pounds of them a day, which I do. Yep, I'm looking to get that gym membership on New Year's. Yep. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this Soundwave Sunday. And I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas and have a happy Soundwave New Year.